All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you don't know me, my name is Parker. I've built a portfolio of over 100 home service businesses all over the US and Canada. I've done over $20 million in home service sales. I've exited several companies. I've built companies in all different niches in all different cities, all over the entire North America. And over the last 4 videos on this channel, I built 4 entire home service businesses completely from scratch using nothing but AI. We built a water filtration company in Raleigh. We built a painting company in Albany, a pressure washing company in Charlotte, and a junk removal company in Nashville, all using AI and all in under an hour each. Well, today we're going to talk about which one of these 4 businesses I would actually start. Now, if you're curious about those businesses, they were all built live on camera with every prompt available for you at your disposal. So if you want to go check those out, just click back on my page and go check those out first. Now, if you've already watched them or you're ready to see which one I'd actually start, that's where this video begins today. I'm putting all 4 businesses head to head, scored on 7 different criteria from 1 to 10. No favoritism, no personal preference, just the numbers and a practical application for myself and someone looking to start a home service business in 2026. I'll break down which business wins on startup costs, which business wins on highest average tickets, where the best margins are, which business has recurring revenue baked into the model, which one gets you to your first dollar of revenue fastest, which one could scale the largest, and which one has the biggest competitive moat. And at the end, I'll reveal which one I'm investing my own money and time into, and it might not be the one that wins purely on the numbers. Let's jump straight into it. First, let's meet our contenders. We started 4 businesses in 4 cities, and we're going to figure out which one I'm actually launching today. Well, I built each one of these from scratch with AI, and now we're scoring them head to head on 7 criteria. We've got water filtration, painting, pressure washing, and junk removal. All right, let's jump into our criteria and a breakdown of how this scoring is going to work. So the breakdown is first startup cost, how cheap it is to get your first customer. A lower cost is a higher score. Now, comparing the 4 of these, the highest startup cost would be a business like water filtration. You are going to have to probably purchase some sort of testing equipment, maybe even purchase a sample unit. You're going to need to put more into advertising because your cost per lead and cost per acquisition is probably going to be higher. Painting falling right kind of behind that for similar reasons. You're not going to need to purchase a filtration unit or, anything like that up front, but there is going to be a much higher CAC or customer acquisition cost, and it's just going to be a more expensive business to get off the ground. Pressure washing, getting much cheaper. You really maybe need a pressure washing machine. With my model, I wouldn't even need a pressure washing machine, but your CAC is going to be higher than our winner here in this case, which was junk removal. Junk removal wins. You don't even need equipment. Now, it is such a cheap business to start. You just need to find somebody with a truck and then start your customer acquisition journey. And your CAC or customer acquisition cost could be so inexpensive. Junk removal was a far and away winner for this first startup cost metric that we're looking at. Now we're going to look at average ticket. Average ticket is defined as our revenue per job. And as you can see, it's almost an inverse relationship to the first one. Now, water filtration is scoring far and away the highest, although painting, in all honesty, depending on the specifics of the painting job, could be very close to or the same ticket as water filtration. Even in some cases, if you're doing a whole home repaint, there are some massive jobs in water filtration and massive jobs in painting. I put it slightly below because I do think the average ticket is going to be lower for painting than it would be for like a whole home water filtration. So water filtration takes the cake, painting coming up right behind it, pressure washing and junk removal lagging somewhat behind. Both of these are still not small tickets. They're still, several $100 services, but they are definitely cheaper than their several $1,000 service counterparts over here. Water filtration is going to dominate at $1,500 to $5,000 plus per install. Painting right behind. Pressure washing, junk removal are more volume plays, more jobs, smaller tickets when compared to our first 2. So water filtration takes the cake. You can see our running scoreboards up here at the top. Looks like junk removal still in the lead, painting and water filtration close behind, pressure washing in 4th at the moment. Now we'll jump into profit margins, what you keep after sub costs and expenses. Now, see, here we've got water filtration, painting, and junk removal across the board. They all kind of cluster in this 35, 40, 50, up to 60. 60 is going to be rare, but 35, 40, 50% on the highest end. Business models of water filtration, painting, and junk removal. Pressure washing leads. I mean, chemicals, if you even need them, or water, super cheap. Labor, inexpensive. A lot of people that have this, junk removal could be, if anything, could be a little bit cheaper as well, giving you some higher profit margins, but the average ticket is low. So pressure washing is going to take the cake here. 8 out of 10. The other three are going to score 7. Junk removal might have gotten robbed just a little bit on this one. In all honesty, junk removal might be able to be up a little bit closer to pressure washing, but I think the labor is more expensive in a business like junk removal. So it's probably what has brought us down here. Now we're going to jump into our fourth one, which is recurring revenue. Recurring revenue, this one, water filtration has a recurring element. It is recurring by nature when it comes to filter replacements and the fact that people need these units replaced over and over again. Now, pressure washing comes up close. It is a seasonally recurring service. A lot of people get these services done annually, maybe biannually. So, from this standpoint, in terms of the main service, pressure washing is probably more of a repeat service, but it is an annual repeat service, and it doesn't, a lot of people don't get it done on a repeating cadence versus a water filtration. Your main service is only going to repeat every 5 to 7 years, but filter replacements, upkeep, inspections, things like that are going to persist annually forever. And pretty much every single person that gets a unit like this installed is going to have the that maintenance be a part of it. Painting and junk removal, these are more of services that you get when you need. Painting is specifically is a very infrequent service. Most people hope to only get painting done, every once in a great while. So painting is going to be the lowest. Junk removal will be next because people do need junk removal, especially if you can make partnerships with contractors or, people like that. There might be an avenue for them to send you repeat business over and over, but the business model itself is not recurring by nature. All right, now we're going to look at our time to first dollar. This is where junk removal and pressure washing slide right to the front again, just like they did in the startup cost section. Water filtration taking up the rear. You're going to need to get some sort of dealer relationship for the actual units. You're going to need to test creatives and launch advertising campaigns. You're going to need to find licensed service providers to handle installations for you. There's definitely a lot more going on with this. You'll probably need your customers to sign some sort of service contract and agreement. It's going to be much more of a process to get your first dollar through the door with a water filtration business than with something like a junk removal company. Junk removal and pressure washing take the lead here. You find one person who either has a pickup truck and some time and some strength, or you find one person who has a pressure washing rig or machine, and there you go. You're out the door. You can have them on their way. No special licenses, no certifications, no service contracts and agreements needed, no payment plans for the services, anything like that. We can get out there and we can get these services tackled pretty much right away. The junk removal is insanely quick path to cash. You could literally buy a pickup truck today, go post in a Facebook group, and get someone who would pay you a couple $100 to come and move a couch out of their basement that they're trying to get rid of. That's it. Your crew can be there that afternoon. Water filtration, you're going to need education, longer sales process, etc. Then we've got the scalability element, growth ceiling, and ease of adding crews. Water filtration does take the cake because the recurring base compounds over time. It's a big referral network, and just the reality of the ticket being so high. Every customer is going to be ongoing revenue, and the others will scale more linearly with crew additions. Painting, I would say, is probably getting the short straw here. The biggest reason is you're going to need crews for painting. It's going to be harder to find these crews and implement them and make sure that, they have a sufficient amount of work and they're doing good enough jobs. And these jobs can oftentimes take days, weeks, even to do for the big jobs. They're not small undertakings. Pressure washing and junk removal, it's all about volume. You're just stacking clients, stacking reviews, reputation, getting people on annual plans for pressure washing if that's something you're able to do. And they are businesses that scale. All of these businesses scale in all reality, but water filtration is going to take the cake on this one. This brings us to our seventh and final one, which is competitive moat. How hard is it for competitors to copy you? And in some ways, this is very similar to time to first dollar, startup cost, scalability. How difficult it is for you to set it up also oftentimes is how difficult it is for somebody else to set it up. So the more difficult that the business is to learn, to find good service providers for, to market for, all of that, the more difficult that it's going to be for competitors to be able to copy you and compete with you. Water filtration has the biggest competitive moat. The technical knowledge creates a real barrier, and pressure washing and junk removal have low barriers. Anyone with a truck can compete, meaning their moat is much less significant. Now, pressure washing, you at least need the pressure washing machine, which is a little bit of a moat. Painting, you're going to need more experience. You're going to need, more materials and supplies, but a lot of homeowners think that they can paint themselves. A lot of individuals, think that they can start a painting company with little real technical knowledge, no licensure, nothing like that. And there is a truthful element of it. So those are our 7 criterias. We've broken down, what the scoring was for each of these businesses in each of these criterias. And now we're going to jump into the scoreboard. Our final scoreboard stacks these businesses up with water filtration at number 1, pressure washing at number 2, junk removal at a very close number 3, and painting at number 4. Water filtration wins the spreadsheet with a 50 out of 70 score. It's the highest ticket. It has recurring revenue, although best recurring revenue, I think that's an objective, that's a subjective conversation, and definitely the strongest moat. But the best business on paper isn't always the best business to start. So I want to talk about what I'm deciding to do and what you as a viewer, what you can take away from this and how you could use this to start a home service business yourself as well. So which one is for you? Which one should you start? Well, there's no single best business. It depends on where you're starting from. Let's look at junk removal. Junk removal is going to be your low capital, low experience, lots of time. It's very inexpensive to start. You can make revenue in week 1 and you can learn as you go. You answer the phone, you show up with a crew, you get paid same day. Perfect for someone willing to grind, who has time, limited resources. They have a truck. They're a young person. They've got some strength. They've got a couple friends maybe that can join alongside of them. That could be a great business to start for the hustler. Then we've got the investor. This is someone with more capital, maybe newer to home services, needs easy sub access. That would be pressure washing. It's easy to find subs. You've got high margins, strong repeat business. There are, subs are easy to vet and the work is very straightforward. You can get recurring revenue from maintenance contracts, and you can run this from your laptop easily once you have 2 to 3 reliable crews. And there's no shortage of people out there who are, very skilled and willing and able to take on more work in this industry. Pressure washing is a great business for this archetype, the investor. The insider, somebody with industry connections, maybe some knowledge, but not crazy capital. Painting could be perfect for this person. You have the highest average ticket, which means you need fewer jobs to hit your numbers and your revenue goals. Your connections get you in the door with property managers, realtors, GCs, and relationships are the moat, not marketing spend, not expertise, not, industry knowledge or licenses. So if you are somebody that knows people, you have lots of connections, you have lots of relationships, you have some capital, maybe not ton, maybe it's not flowing out of your ears, but you can lean on your connections to get you in the door with places. There is a moat for this business, and a high average ticket means you only need a few jobs to hit your goals. Painting could be a great business to start for the insider. And lastly, the strategist, someone with industry knowledge, with capital, but limited time and focused on upside and long-term growth potential. This has great recurring revenue potential. It has a very strong moat, and it has a compounding base. The highest total score for a reason. With recurring revenue from filter replacements, this is the long game. but the ceiling is the highest of all four. It's not going to grow and explode immediately for most people. It's going to be a little bit of time to that first dollar. It's going to take some time to build a reputation and really figure out the industry, find those right service providers with the right licensure, etc. This is me. This is my pick. I am the strategist, and this is what I am going to actually be running. I will be starting a water filtration company in Raleigh, North Carolina, where I just moved to. I'll be documenting the entire journey here on YouTube. So if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. This is going to be crazy. I've built one cleaning business, exited, second cleaning business, exited it, built a holiday and permanent lighting company that I still own and that I still manage and run, but it is a seasonal business. So during the rest of the year, I'm ready for something else. I haven't started a new venture in 18 months, and this is my next undertaking that I am going to be taking on and bringing you guys all along with me for the journey. So next week on our weekly video, I'm going to walk you through my first steps that I'm taking, filing the LLC, setting up the business, setting up the online presence, workspace, the phone number, email, domain, website, all of that stuff, showing you guys inside under the hood of how I'm building the business. But the real point here is that no matter which one of these four you are, the hustler, the investor, the insider, the strategist, any of these businesses can be run from any city and from your laptop. Every business that I built in this series runs the same way. They run with the remote operator model. Subcontractors do the physical work. You handle the sales, the marketing, and the operations remotely. You don't need to live in the city. You don't need a truck. You don't need experience in the trade. You can pick a service that matches your situation, pick a city with demand, or your home city if you want that familiar touch, and build it. That's it. You can work from anywhere, not doing the physical labor, and AI can build 50 to up to 80% of this business on your behalf. So if you haven't watched my other videos in the series and gotten more information on that, definitely do so. It is going to be super useful for you in just understanding how the remote operator model works and how you can take advantage of this opportunity. But if you are now curious of jumping straight into something, first, if you want all of the prompts from all four of the videos, you can comment build on this video or on any other video before, and I'll send you all of the prompts that I used to build the previous businesses. If you're not sure what I'm saying, just go back on my channel and check out the previous videos. Comment the word build below if you want it. Now, if you've watched the other videos, you've seen this, and now you're feeling spurred to action, you know which one of these four archetypes you are, and you know what type of business you're looking to start, well, it's your turn. You can either DIY it, pick any of the four services, grab the prompts, and build your own version for your own city. Your total cost could be as low as $500 to $1,000 and some hustle. Or if you're looking at partnering directly with myself, my company, HSE or Home Service Experts, has what we call the partner program, where we help launch home service businesses all over the US. We have direct partnerships with over 100 business owners in the US, and you can build this right alongside of me. You skip the trial and error on fulfillment, subs, ops, and apply all of this information right from day one. If you are interested, you can click the first link in the description of this video, homeservicepartnerprogram.com/info. There you can watch the full explainer video where I break down how our model works, what we do as partners, and how you can take advantage of it. And then if you want, you can book a call with my team and get more information from there. If you are interested in starting, smash that link down below and get the information there. Now, if you're starting on your own or if you're starting with me, there are two businesses I recommend everyone works with. The first one is Jobber. No matter what type of home service business you're starting, any of the four on the list today, you've got to become familiar with Jobber. Jobber is your all-in-one tool for CRM, scheduling, invoicing. It is for everything. Follow up, your subcontractor management. It makes it all a smooth process that can all exist in a single place. I have a link for Jobber in the description of this video. You'll get a 2-week free trial. And if you start a Jobber Grow subscription and you DM me on Instagram and let me know, I will give you a free 1-hour consulting call just to help you set it up and make the most of it, all courtesy of Jobber. I use Jobber for all of my businesses. Matter of fact, it's one of the first things I'll be setting up for my new water filtration company here in Raleigh, and I'll show you guys that process when I do so as well. Lastly, I recommend, if you are starting a business and you want to do it correctly, you want to be set up legally and properly, use doula. Dula is a partner that I use for all of my businesses and all of my client businesses. They handle LLC formation, tax, and bookkeeping. I have a link to them in the description as well. You can use my special discount code. They're all on the landing page when you click the link. Depending on if you want just formation and expedited filing, tax and accounting services, you could save up to like $500 depending on your services, and you can get a brand new expedited entity with all of your documentation and compliance filed for like $249 through Dula. It's a no-brainer to me. Guys, that's all I've got for you today. Make sure you subscribe at the button down below. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or comment the word build below if you'd like the prompts. In the next video, I am going to be launching this water filtration company. And if you're paying attention here, this is how close I was to launching the Nashville junk removal company. We almost went that route. And last minute, we made a change, and I didn't even update the board here. So it's going to be the water filtration company in Raleigh, and I'm so excited to build it alongside of all of you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. And as always, have a blessed day. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Take care. Peace.